High School Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. You may now be seated.
Good evening, graduates, family members, friends, and esteemed guests. Welcome school board members Patrick Carter, Greg Gosby, Dave Olson, Gordon Smith, and Teresa Van Natten. I would also like to welcome Superintendent Steve Marshall. My name is Tim Fox, and I'm the proud principal of Hockinson High School. On behalf of Associate Principal Kathy Pacheco and the wonderful staff of our great school, welcome. And we're indoors. Before we get started with the rest of the ceremony, I would like to take a moment to thank folks that helped put all of this together twice. Dave Wilson, Director of Maintenance, Kate Hoots, Jelaine Scroggy, Justin Whiteley, Ray Chavaria, John Sampson, Isabel Hunt, Dennis Combs, Daniel Camacho, and Will Ortner from our custodial staff. Steve Brown and Mario Cruz Medina from the grounds crew. The grass looks amazing out there. Craig Barnhill, Andrew Hinman, and Austin Weberly from our IT department who set this up 2 different times. I'm sorry you guys had to deal with me in the sound check. 4K looks great, by the way, on the YouTube. Our class of 2022 grad committee members for organizing a ton of activities for our seniors. Our HHS staff members who have volunteered their time tonight to serve as line leaders, crowd control, ushers. They're actually out there right now driving golf carts, picking up anybody that needs help getting it in. They're ticket takers. They're doing a lot tonight, so thank you to our staff. Thank you to Mr. McHenry and the best band in the land. You may have noticed that we entered a little bit differently today, or started the ceremony at least a little bit differently today, with a little John Denver. Okay, that's a song that some of our students chose. You did, you voted on that one, okay? Every year we plan to play a new song to kick things off for us. Band, thank you so much for taking on that challenge. I also want to extend a special thank you to Sergeant Mueller from the Clark County Sheriff's Office. He is serving double duty as proud dad of daughters Kyla and Sydney Mueller, as well as being officer in charge. Thank you, sir, for keeping us safe. A huge shout out to Shannon Walker, who took over as our head secretary right after spring break, has had the hustle to help put all of this together, and has to deal with Captain Chaos. That's me. Thank you to all of you for making this a memorable experience for all of our graduates. I can't continue without saying thank you to my wife, Becky, and my daughters who are on their phones while their dad is on stage. Wow. Embarrassing. Thank you for believing that I'm the best dad in the world. I have a couple of other important announcements. The first, we try to ensure that graduation is both a dignified ceremony and a celebration. To help us maintain this balance, I ask that you silence your cell phones. Please refrain from using air horns, noisemakers, and definitely confetti. The custodian, they don't like that. We want to make sure that every graduate's name is heard and each one of them is seen. Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome to the stage Senior Matt Clem.
Wow, don't think I've ever seen this many people before. All right, good evening, everyone. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to welcome all faculty, family, friends, alumni, and what seems like the entire town of Hockinson to our graduation tonight of Hockinson High School, and especially our graduates. I'm beyond grateful to stand up here today on behalf of my fellow classmates, and especially in front of my parents. Hey, Mom. Also would like to give a shout out to Scott Weaver and Igor Povazniak. Standing up here tonight, I was told to give a speech around the same duration as the passing period bell here at school, and we all know how long those are. Out of all the important lessons that were taught to us in school, like the Pythagorean theorem, analyzing 18th century poetry, logarithms, or even polynomials that people do in their everyday lives. I wish we touched up on how to write a graduation speech. A little advice I was told was to imagine the whole crowd naked to make this a little easier. However, that might be a little awkward with my teachers in attendance. I will gladly say that our new administration this year with Mr. Fox and Ms. Pacheco has been one to remember, and I hope that the grades below us get the opportunity to be led by you guys. Thank you. I would also like to thank my aunt and to you guys, Ms. Tugoff, for her amazing accomplishments and dedication she has brought to this school since the beginning in 2003. Thank you. It brings me plenty of joy to see the impact she has made on this high school that she so desperately loves so much. She definitely has provided Ms. Purcell some big shoes to fill, but I think she can do it. Hey, Leslie. I would also like to say a quick thank you on behalf of any teacher, staff member, or coach that helped the class of 22 get to the big stage tonight. Seniors, we did it. Freshman and senior year. It's crazy to see how much life changes in these last 12 years. Like, for instance, back in 5th grade, when we couldn't use calculators because our teachers told us in the real world we wouldn't be carrying them in our pockets all the time. Or we were told never to talk to people on the internet. Well, now we have a button on our special pocket calculator which summons internet strangers just so we can get in their car. My point is, we have dealt with change from the beginning. And no, not that kind of change that we all go through when we grow up. But the big step from graduation is no other than the big changes we've already had to make. For some of us, getting the opportunity to go to the school on top of the hill or our beautiful middle schools, where we were the first 8th grade class to graduate from the new middle school. Sure, go ahead. Love it. Looking back to freshman year, we had our fair share of first times. Our first Friday night football game, our first class, our first bus ride home with the team, our first dance, our first color wars, our first time seeing Mr. Pearl's mustache. Yeah, it's all good. Anyways, our first mistakes and our first obstacles. Yet our hearts were prepared, we grew physically and mentally. You could say we started from the bottom, now we're here. Let's even settle a little further back. When it was the style to color code your whole outfit, or the whip and nay-nay, which then turned into the WAP dance. Or back when you wore those silly bands, which then turned to scrunchies. Or for some of us, when our only concern was getting a victory royale in the new season of Fortnite. Nowadays, we see TikTok and social media as the main source of entertainment, but deep down we know our friendships and the relationships we built along the way is what brought us here tonight. All of us were confused and had plenty of unanswered questions about how the next 4 years were going to play out. We hadn't had all the answers we were looking for back then, but we had to begin somewhere. We settled into freshman year. We took our first steps into high school experience as underdogs. That was back when the Renegade was pretty cool, right? Or even when sophomore year, when we were still the young kids on the block, but we slowly got to know each other more and more and built these relationships that many of us still maintain today. Stepping up into the big leagues as juniors, we started looking at the finer things and set it into a big year of test taking, and we listened to a whole lot of that sour album. Stepping foot into our senior year, we were ready. We had all the cards right leading up to this big senior year. I know for a fact at the senior sunrise, no one expected this year to go so fast. All of those long school weeks, those amazing dances, and those memories that will last a lifetime. Now getting through the year, we saw accomplishments through everyone sitting on the stage court tonight. Sorry, I had field on here, but then the rain, you know, it's all good. Now for you guys, stepping into colleges or the workforce, we still aren't going to have all the answers. But I know we'll stay determined through it all and still have fun along the way. Every student has experienced their fair share of upset and disappointment, including me. I'll never forget the time I was sitting on the couch one morning after watching that new Batman movie, and I looked at my mom and I said, "Mom, when I grow up, I want to be Batman." She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Matt, you graduate in a couple weeks." Each student here tonight has persevered through their own challenges and struggles that not everyone can see. They tried their hardest when the hard days weren't easy, and they gave it their all just to get here tonight. Our class has had some major successes. We have one of the most beautiful schools in our area, and we are home with one of the best bands in Washington State. Shout out to Mr. McHenry. Our theater program is outstanding thanks to Mr. Sung. We know how many countless hours you guys put on amazing plays for the community. Our equestrian team is remarkable too, where we hold many accomplishments from this past year. Our clubs and sports teams are a major part of our social life here at the high school, and for anyone who hasn't been to a home football game on a Friday night, you definitely should check us out. Somehow this is where everyone turns into Miley Cyrus and we scream party in the USA at the top of our lungs. That could be because I'm the best DJ, but who's counting? Even outside of our clubs, sports, or other activities, we're only as great as our own character. The class of 2022 has set the standard. We have set the standard for years and years to follow. And I hope all the young Padawans out there, you guys get the opportunity to grow up with a class that is so close-knit and spirited as us. We make the best out of all situations we can, and we capitalize where we need to. With first times, you're faced with last times, so here we go. The last time signing your yearbooks, the last time parking your parking spot, the last time laying out your first day of school clothes, the last time playing spike ball, the last time lacing up your shoes before a game, and the last time you win color wars. We were thrown into 4 years of high school and oftentimes dealt with ups and downs, but you guys stayed resilient in being the best students, boyfriends, girlfriends, best friends, teammates, brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters that you guys could be. Looking before me now, I see the same faces I get to see every day, and for some of you, I don't know anything about other than your name. Some of you could be doctors, teachers, firefighters, astronauts, the list goes on. With seniors, you'll always be a hawk. Stay true to yourselves and always remember where you came from and the relationships you built along the way from being here. We built a family that is going to last a lifetime, and as you grow older and the new challenges you will face, you'll be prepared as you've already gotten over the obstacles this far. With finishing this beautiful chapter, you guys get to start with a clean slate to the wondrous world out there. So as you finish graduating tonight, I hope you know tomorrow's the first page of your new chapter, and call me back in 30 years so I can hear all about your guys' success. I love you guys like family, and you guys truly are the most amazing group of people I could have ever gone to school with. I know you guys are going to be the best parents, employees, and citizens that this world needs. It's time to hit a new trail. Thank you.
4 years ago, I stood behind a similar lectern at my 8th grade graduation at my previous school. I'd been there for a decade, so most of my childhood memories were created there. As I stepped onto the podium, I pondered the greatest memories I'd made. Some memories were good, playing kickball at recess, or running around on the playground, doing things that kids like to do. Some memories were bad. I got stung by a bee. I got hit in the face by a dodgeball multiple times over the years. In 7th grade, I went to the hospital because I got an ant stuck in my eye. But whether good or bad, these memories, plus many more, made up my childhood. I was on the road, that is the journey of my life. Every memory was just a stop along the way. After each one, I would drive off, taking a look in my rearview mirror to watch as a sunflower grew in place of whatever was there before. A beaming resemblance of the memories that I'd made there. I wanted to grow more sunflowers. That was my one goal going into high school. I wanted to make memories that I'd never forget, ones that would be standing on the road behind me for the rest of my life. I chose to come to Hockinson for my freshman year with that one aspiration. On my first day of school here, I instantly realized, wow, my life is completely different now. I needed to fit into a place where mostly everyone around me already knew each other. My classmates said hi to their friends that they'd known for years, whereas I'd met only a handful of people at band camp 2 weeks earlier. It was intimidating, and I didn't know how to move forward. I spent a lot of freshman year looking at the sunflowers that I had grown years ago. I missed my old school, my old friends, my old life. I missed the fun experiences, field trips, playing basketball during recess, having recess. Those were my sunflowers, and every time I looked back on them, I smiled and thought, what great times those were. I treasured them, silently hoping that I'd get them back, even though I knew I never could. What I didn't realize was that all that time I spent looking in the rearview mirror could have been spent looking forward. I was driving aimlessly with no destination in sight because I wasn't focused on where I was going. As the years progressed, my old sunflowers were beginning to fade, and I knew that I needed to plant new ones. I was forced to set my sights on the road in front of me rather than the road behind me, and my outlook on life changed entirely. I began to seek out new adventures, and soon they were always popping up ahead of me. Every football game, sunflower. Every assembly, sunflower. Every band concert, sunflower. By the end of my junior year, I'd seen more sunflowers grow in my path than ever before. My high school aspiration was becoming a reality. Now, I'm a senior, soon to be an alumnus. I've been driving for a while, and I finally see a sign marked graduation. I've reached my destination, the end of the road. I put the Mazda in park, unbuckle my seatbelt, and step out of the car. And all I see are sunflowers. All the sunflowers that grew behind me in the past 4 years are there, gleaming, peering out over the ones in front of them to welcome me to the end of my journey. A vast sea of yellow under a beautiful blue sky. Each one shining brightly, a part of the collage of memories that make up who I am. Some of the older sunflowers are gone now, probably eaten by squirrels. But that's okay, because just like memories, sunflowers don't last forever. All of a sudden, the sea of sunflowers splits perfectly down the middle to reveal a road. I guess the journey doesn't end here. I hop back in the car, turn on the engine, and I just drive. But this time, I won't look back. I know that the sunflowers that I grew these past 4 years won't fade away. We all have our own sunflowers, but as a class, let's not focus on the memories we've made. Let's focus on the memories we can make. Don't spend your time looking in the rearview mirror like I did. Move forward knowing that you're creating new sunflowers every single day. And maybe someday, each and every one of us will be greeted by our own sea of sunflowers. We all have sunflowers in our future, so let us begin. Thank you. Now, I'd like to introduce you to our principal, Tim Fox, who has some remarks.
Not sure how I'm supposed to follow those two kids. We talked about butterflies today. I'm feeling them right now, and it's good. I've helped so many other people over the years write their graduation speeches, but this is the very first one I've had to write for myself and present myself. To say this is a special moment for me would be an understatement. I'm also extremely nervous because I'm talking to you. I'm not worried about all the other people in here, it's about you. I've been thinking about what to say to all of you for a very long time. In fact, I've been thinking about it since the day I applied for this job. Not to say I was 100% confident that I would get it. Okay, maybe I was. But, admittedly, I've really struggled to put pen to paper. If you've ever been to a Hockinson High School graduation before, this one may seem a little different to you. I'm excited to have so many students come up here tonight to share the accomplishments of this amazing class. And there's a reason for that. I want to put you in the spotlight as much as possible and for you to lead the celebration. Which means I get one last time, one last opportunity to lecture to you. You are a very special group. I'm 39 years old, and I'll have other graduating classes, but you're my first group of seniors. And like a first love, I'll never forget you. Tonight is your celebration. And let me say that I cannot express in words how proud I am of all of you. This is my first year at Hockinson High School, and I really wish we had more time together. To quote Jack Johnson, I wish this train would just break down. But I also appreciate that for many of you, you are celebrating tonight because you just can't wait to leave. That's okay. That was me. I wanted to leave the high school drama and problems behind that I may or may not have helped create. I wanted freedom. I couldn't wait to leave. I went to boot camp 2 days after graduation and never looked back. Some of you don't ever want to leave, and that's great too. Molly, I already told you, if you come back, I'll hire you as a teacher. You'd be an incredible teacher someday. This school has been open since 2003. Beth Tugal is one of the last 3 teachers from when HHS opened. This year, she graduates also to her garden and full-time grandma. In 2003, there have been lots of accomplishments by those who came before you. Look at the banners inside, lots of accomplishments. But COVID, our school closures provided a reset. It created an opportunity to do things differently. It also gave us some freedom to experiment, to try new things, to plant some seeds, some new sunflowers that would help us create an incredible high school for all kids. You are part of that process, and that is worth celebrating. As a class, you've set the tone, you've raised the bar, you've elevated the expectations for all the other classes that come behind you. We experienced that a little bit, right? When the 8th graders came up here. Yeah, we heard about how squirrely they are. But when they were here with you, I could sense the obligation in them to continue what you've all started. And then yesterday, the grad walk up at the elementary school. Watching those kids look up to you, especially you, Sam. Looking up at you both in stature and as inspirational figures was so incredible to see. I had to stay way in the back because I kept tearing up. It was incredible to see those kids. They may not even know your names, but seeing you walk through there, you're their heroes already. You're forging a path for others in ways you don't even realize. You're all sitting under the same roof, said Sky before, and walking across the same stage. We're all at the same finish line, in the same moment, but your paths have been very, very different. For some, school was easy. For others, it was a grind. That's what makes this moment so special. That's what makes it worth celebrating. It doesn't matter how you got here, you are here. There's one member of the class that is here in spirit, and that is Brendan Lefevre. I didn't know Brendan, but when I got the call that a Hockinson High School student had passed away in a car accident, I didn't know exactly what to do. I knew the protocols, but it was my first week on the job. I hadn't even set my office up yet. I hadn't even emailed our staff saying, hey, I'm your new boss. I went to his vigil and service and instantly felt the love people had for him and the love he had for others. By listening to others speak about him and watching his slideshow, I felt like I knew him, like he was one of my students, like he was there with me. I love him because you all do, and because he loved you and he loved this school. When his name is called up during the diploma presentation tonight, Mrs. Tugal will walk on stage to receive his diploma in his honor, and Brendan will forever be a Hawk. His family is here tonight. Thank you for being here. Excuse me. Just like these last 4 years, you will experience dangers, toils, and snares throughout your life. I can't guarantee much, but I can guarantee that. How you deal with those challenges is key. And you need to start by learning to celebrate everything. The good, like this moment, and the bad that will inevitably come your way. I'm not trying to scare you. I just want you to understand what's out there. Why celebrate the bad stuff? Well, the result may not be what you wanted it to be, but you had an opportunity, and you took your shot. Remember that one time we talked about luck? Trying to create it? Well, that's worth celebrating. Most people are so afraid of the result not going their way that they don't even bother to try. That's where you can come in and take advantage. Our girls' soccer team lost 7 matches this season, but they played in the state championship game. Thank you, by the way. Because of your success and the success of wrestling and track, my family and I went on a bunch of mini vacations around the state. Almost to Canada. I didn't even know Cedro-Woolley was a place. It's a place. It's one place. It's not 2 places, it's one. Cedro-Woolley. Anybody here from Cedro-Woolley? All right. Our band played their first live performance for the first time in almost 2 years. Our drama program performed multiple times this year, including a musical in the fall called Urinetown. Mr. Song, I'd explained that a few times to different people. In all of these moments, in all of these situations, the band in the NPR, in the drama department performing, lights were flickering. We had no idea what was going on. It was awesome. Kind of. Not really, but they played on. 2 years ago, I imagined giving a similar speech as this one to a different group of students wearing very different colors. They're having graduation too, in the rain. My daughters, Mia and Grace, who are watching tonight, phones away, right? Saw their dad cry for the first time when I found out I didn't win that job. But I let those emotions rip. And then I opened up that good bottle of soda I had been saving and celebrated with my family as planned, as if I had won. What celebrating did, though, was allow me to detach from the result, which in this case for me was a loss. But I was able to clear my mind, make the best decision possible, and that was to go back to work, learn more, find a mentor, to be even more prepared when another opportunity came my way. And that led me to you. You are a special group, and each and every one of you was made for greatness. Go get it. If it doesn't work out exactly as planned, so what? Celebrate anyway. You cannot allow setbacks to hold you back. If you do, you will miss the next opportunity that I guarantee you will come your way. Tonight is the perfect example of that. Hear that? That's rain. We're dry. Mr. McHenry and I were texting last night trying to get organized for this shift indoors. He texted me, "Nothing unites us like a good old-fashioned crisis." Yep. I was overwhelmed with the emails of, "Please move it indoors." We know. But it was also awesome to see people offer support, so thank you for that. We adjusted, here we are, celebrate everything. Just imagine how good your life will be if you can do that. And someday later in life, maybe even next year, because I know some of you can't stay away, I hope you make the choice to come back to us to let us know how you're doing and to come see your legacy in action. It could be those little kids you saw yesterday playing the piano, kicking a ball into a net, in Urinetown too, wrestling at the Matt Classic, or maybe just making inappropriate jokes to your principal at lunch. If the parent of Matt Clote is here, I need to see you after the ceremony. So like I said, celebrate the good and the bad. Here's the good. I'm almost done talking, and you're graduating. The bad, I want this train to break down because you're graduating. But let's celebrate both. Class of 2022, I love you, and I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Good evening. Tonight I have the honor of announcing this year's valedictorian and salutatorian. But as many of you know, we have a very high-achieving class here at Hockinson High School. So this year looks a little bit different. This year we actually have 2 valedictorians. These 2 individuals are some of the hardest workers that I know. They always put forth their best effort no matter what it is that they are doing. but they always find the time to help out their classmates too, which I respect very much. It's my pleasure to announce this year's co-valedictorians, Riley Hull and Peyton Lawson. Can I get another round of applause for these two amazing people?
Hello everyone, my name is Kylie Ritter and I'm the Senior Class Activities Coordinator this year. Tonight I have the pleasure of announcing the students who are in the top 10% of our class. This is based on their weighted GPA, meaning it included honors and AP courses taken at Hockinson High School in the calculation. Students, as your name is called, please stay standing until all the recipients are named, and congratulations. To start, we have Grace Abbott. We also have Kaisha Barnhill. And Caitlin Billington. And Clara Bledsoe. We also have Addison Chappelle. And Raylan Forstrom. Also, Reagan Huff. And Riley Hull. Also, Jacob Jensen. And Amanda Jeske. And Peyton Lawson. And Ryan Phillips. Cordelia Plymale. And Ellie Ritter. And Lauren Schott. We also have Christopher Stark. And last but not least, McKenna Weber. Congratulations, we are so proud of y'all. Let's give them one more round of applause.
Howdy. I'm beyond excited to announce the Washington State Honors. And the Washington State Honors Award is a state program that honors the top 10% of the current year's state high school graduating class. In order to qualify, students must at least have a 3.903 GPA and scored exceptionally well on the standardized tests such as the SAT, ACT, or SBA. Will the following students please rise? Grace Abbott. Kaisha Barnhill. Caitlin Billington. Clara Bledsoe. Zachary Cross. Rachel Edmonds. Raylan Forstrom. Reagan Huff. Riley Hull. Amanda Jeske. Peyton Lawson. Sophia Leonard. Madeline Lyon. Ryan Phillips. Cordelia Plymale. Ellie Ritter. Kylie Ritter. Lauren Schott. Christopher Stark. Tracy Tormanen. And last but not least, McKenna Weber. You may be seated.
Sorry, I'm not as tall as Mac, but up next we'll be recognizing students who have worked the past 2 years to earn not only the required high school credits, but they've also worked to earn college credits. The following students will be receiving their Associates of Arts degrees via Running Start at Clark College. Could the following students please stand up and stay standing? Maxwell Barrow. Clara Bledsoe. Eva Krumlick. Rachel Edmonds. Angie Fahmy. Jacob Haversetzer. Eden Hastings. Annabella Horsley. Reagan Huff. Aiden Johnson. Sophia Leonard. Lily Seal. And Ava Wisely. Congratulations, Hawks, and I wish you the best of luck in your future. You may be seated.
Hi, I'm Molly. Congratulations to the following students for completing a 2-year program and receiving industry-level certification for Cascadia Tech Academy. Will the following students please stand up? William K. Wilson, Haley Johnson, Josh Lindbergh, Maddie Risto, Nora Roscoe, Trevor Shoup, Ellie Seif, Rael Stevens, Kyle Tiggy, and Cody Wheeler. Oh, and Livia Robinson. Good job, Hawks. Love you guys.
Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'm Amanda, and we're going to be recognizing various different student groups. If you are a member of ASB, please stand. You may be seated. If you have played a sport at the high school, please stand. You may be seated. And if you are a 3-sport athlete, please stand. You may be seated. If you are a member of band, please stand. You may be seated. If you performed in a musical or theater performance, please stand. You may be seated. And if you are a member of any of the following clubs, please stand and remain standing.
Board and Card Game Club, Drama, Environmental Club, Equestrian Team, FBLA, GSA, Hawks for Christ, Key Club, Mock Trial Club, National Honor Society, Photography Club, Robotics, and Tech Club.
Good evening. My name is Emma Alpson, and I'm a senior class representative. Both of my grandpas and stepdad are veterans, so it means a lot to me to recognize those who are currently serving or have served in our armed forces. If you are currently serving or a veteran, please stand up. Graduates who are joining the military, either enlisting or going to a service academy, stand up. Okay, now look around and honor those who came before you as well, and you are following the footsteps of amazing individuals. Please join me in giving all of these heroes a round of applause.
Now we would like to recognize our staff retirees, Miss Graham and Miss Tuga. Miss Graham has been working at our school for 18 years. She started in November of 2004. She started out by subbing at the grade school in 1998, and then she became the school's registrar. Tuga has been here since the school first opened in 2003. She has taught health, physical education, leadership, and been the athletic director/coordinator. She has been teaching, however, since 1985. That's 37 years. We will miss these two greatly. Thank you both for everything you have done for our community and for us, the students. Now here's Ms. Tuga with her speech.
This has been an incredibly emotional week for me, I guess a month. I feel like I should put a watering can down below me and just let the tears fall. Could probably water my garden, but it's raining enough already. Wow, you guys. I want you all to just take a deep breath, okay? It feels a little tense in here, and this is supposed to be fun. And pray for me, because I'm probably gonna, you know how I act, you know. You saw me on Wednesday, right? So good evening. Seniors, you made it. It's finally June 10th, 2022, and it is your evening to celebrate. The gym is filled with your biggest fans, parents, step-parents, guardians, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, and many friends. Most of you have watched you grow through the years and supported you along the way. They're here to celebrate with you, a well-deserved celebration. I am honored to have the opportunity to speak with you tonight. You truly are an extraordinary class, full of talented, ambitious, and adventurous young adults. More important, you really are great humans. I have had the opportunity to work with you over the last 4 years, and the day you joined us at 8th grade move up, I knew you were going to be a special class. You have proven it over and over. From the first day of this school year, your involvement at Hockinson High School has been over the top. Remember that welcoming we had, that red carpet welcoming? Remember how awesome that was? Keep it going, please. It was obvious you were going to make the most of your senior year, so from the bottom of my heart, I really want to thank you for this opportunity. Now the challenge is what to say. I could stand up here and try to be humorous, but that would surely be a disaster. So I'm going to talk with you this evening about something I really enjoy, and it's not gardening. I love games. In fact, one of my guilty pleasures is watching TV shows on evenings when I'm not at school supervising. You probably would find me watching Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, American Idol, Survivor, even Bachelor. It's one way for me to relax and unwind, and I also love family games. I'm always ready for card games, Pictionary, dominoes, you name it. And nothing is better than beating my nephew in a game of marbles. But what I really enjoy is not just the game, but competition. Whether it's ridiculous game shows, watching our Hockinson Hawks compete, or most recently, watching the class of 22 crush it at Color Wars. Come on, people, that was fun. I hope our juniors took some notes on tug of war. But I truly love competition. Sorry, I love you guys, but you know you need a little bit more planning there, right? One thing for certain, in order to be competitive, you need to have a solid game plan. What are you going to do to be successful? What steps are you going to take to come out on top? Well, tonight I'd like to share some thoughts of what I call a game plan for life. Seniors, you are well on your way to success. The first phase to any game is preparation. You have spent the last 13 years preparing. That is over 2,300 days, give or take a few for senior skip days. The diplomas you are about to receive symbolize that you are prepared, at least for the next phase, or we might call the first quarter or inning. You might say 13 years of school was your warm-up. Now there are a lot of different games waiting for you outside of Hockinson High School. Some of you will attend a trade school. Some of you will be at a college or a university. A few of you will join the military. Thank you. And many of you will join the workforce. Maybe some of you are getting married. Or perhaps you want to sit back and see what comes your way. Any journey you decide to take, remember you are prepared as you can be for now. And a new game awaits. As your game begins, there are a few strategies that you can use, perhaps that will make your game more rewarding. I would like to share some of them with you as I believe they are valuable to help you get along in your game of life. Number one, be willing to work hard. Yes, fall in love with working hard. More importantly, in everything you do, give it your best ability. You have prepared and you need to trust yourself. It would be a shame not to take your shot. Don't waste the opportunities you are given by not doing your best. All of you have skills and talents that will serve you well in the game of life. Many of you have talents that you may not be quite aware of yet. Discover them and use them to your full potential. Fall in love with working hard. Number two, occasionally life will give you setbacks. It is important that you never give up. For example, when playing a game of Clash Royale and you get 3 crowned, you just don't stop playing. You play that game again and again and again. I know because I've seen it happen in class. So someday you might look at the big scoreboard of life and you see you're behind. You will face adversity. Well, adversity can teach you more about yourself than success. And overcoming an obstacle sometimes feels better than achieving an easy victory. So during the big game of life, don't ever quit when it gets tough. Lean on your friends and your family. They are your biggest fans. Number 3, another strategy in life is to be true to yourself. What do others think of you when they hear your name? What are you about? This can mean many things, but I encourage you to know what you stand for. What are the core values you're going to depend on when you play your game? Number 4, in the game of life, you will have many teammates and opponents. I encourage you to treat them with respect. Make people feel valued. Your actions and your words will be reflected in the people you surround yourself with. It may sound cliche, but kindness really does matter. And that golden rule of treating others how you want to be treated will stand the test of time. Play by the golden rule in your game of life. The reward you will surely be reciprocated. And when you surround yourself with people who support you and show you unconditional love, you will never lose. Number 5, during an athletic competition, there's a term often used. It's called next play. This term can be beneficial in your personal and your professional lives. Essentially, what it means is whatever you have just done is not nearly as important as what you're going to do next. The term can motivate you to help you through life. Don't dwell on mistakes, they will get you nowhere. In fact, it typically messes with your focus and causes you to make more mistakes. Likewise, don't spend too much time celebrating what you have accomplished, because let those accomplishments assist you to work harder and push yourself further to accomplish more. It is true as well in the game of life. Don't dwell on setbacks, rather than learn and move forward and celebrate your accomplishments, but more importantly, celebrate those who have helped you achieve them. Be a positive influence to others and definitely help others in their winning. And one final strategy in the game of life is make sure you have some fun. Yes, make sure you love what you are doing. Don't trap yourself in something you do not enjoy doing every day. Games are meant to be fun. Life is meant to be fun. If you wake up every day regretting the game you have to play, perhaps you need to find a new type of game. Don't ever settle on your happiness. Just like the song goes, do what you love and call it work. Well, I've been blessed to be able to spend 37 years doing what I love, working with the students. I absolutely love this game I've got to play every day. I do love competition and games, but I think about the different types of games, corny TV shows, family games, athletic competitions, our band, our theater, mock trial, equestrian meet, like the list goes on. So all of you have been a part of those games for the last 4 years, and it really is not about the competition. It is not about the end results of who wins or loses. It's about the journey you took, who you inspired and who inspired you, who you loved and who you shed tears with. It's about the unity of working with others and having fun together, experiencing victories and sometimes losses together, working towards a common goal, picking each other up when you fall short, celebrating together when you reach the top. The game of life is about relationships that you form along the way. You have been so fortunate to have each other during this game. The last 4 years, I am so proud of this class and how you have represented yourself on a daily basis. Your character, your kindness, and your perseverance are unmatched. As I reach my 4th quarter in the game of life as a teacher, I want to thank each of you for making the last 4 years incredibly special. We definitely have had some struggles together, and we've experienced some really unique and conventional ways of learning. Man, that was a whole other game itself. But in my opinion, the celebrations we have experienced far outweigh our disappointments. You truly, truly, truly are a very special class. I've enjoyed getting to know so many of you and your families. Always remember, there's a lot of fans cheering for you along the way, and I wish you nothing but victory royale in the game of life. Thank you.
The senior ASB representatives and class would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge why we all love you guys. We all love this class. I love the class of 2022 because we all support each other at different events. Whether it's football games, soccer games, plays, band concerts, we all show up and cheer each other on and support each other. And I would not have wanted to spend my Friday night lights with anybody else.
I love our class because of the meaningful relationships that we've built over the past 4 years. We have not only developed strong relationships with our teachers, staff, and the underclassmen, but we have also built our own tight-knit community. I have never been prouder to be a part of the class of 2022.
I love our class because of the incredibly special community we've been able to build with each other over the past 4 years. And I just want to thank all of you for that and say that there's no one else in the world that I'd rather build these memories with over the past 4 years than you guys.
I love our class because after a hard 2 years, we came together and made the absolute best out of the little time that we had left together.
I love this class because everyone always has a positive attitude and we bring the heat to every sporting event we attend. Go Hawks!
I love this class because they're like my second family, and I know I can always count on them and the close-knit community we have. I'm so glad I get to share this special day with you all.
I love the class of 2022 because we truly did leave our legacy. We can walk out of here knowing we really did make Hockinson High School a better place. So thank you all.
I love our class because we've made memories and relationships that have shaped us into the people we are today. I truly would not have wanted to spend the last 4 years with a more passionate group of people.
I love the class of 2022 because I've met some of the most compassionate, truthful, and forgiving people.
I love our class because we are so willing to have fun and be kids. We are blessed to get to live in a community that allows us to feel so safe and that prioritizes togetherness. I love this class so much. Go Hawks!
I haven't been able to tell my whole class this, so I'll take this opportunity to do so. I love our class because God loves our class. We all have the opportunity to know God and live our lives for Him. On our own, we're not good, but He truly will change your life if you follow Jesus. And I hope that grace and peace to you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ.
I love our class because it has given me the opportunity to meet and befriend some amazing people, but also helped me learn the good from the bad. We have been blessed with a great group of students, and our class has created such an amazing culture in this school, and I only hope to see it grow after today.
These are some of the reasons why the class of 2022 is so special. Now here's Mr. Steve Marshall, our superintendent, with the diploma presentation.
Class of 2022, I've heard some adjectives tonight: special group, talented group. You are an impressive group, and I shared that with you at Senior Awards. I've never really seen many more classes that show more spirit, involvement, and just a positive attitude. So I think your senior year, from what I hear, you've made it a very special capstone to a 13-year educational career. The other big capstone is receiving your diploma tonight. So let's get to that, shall we? All right, Ms. Chuga, so the energy's picking up in here. Okay, one quick comment about these diplomas you're about to receive. They're symbols of your effort, your persistence, They represent your knowledge and the skills that you've gained. They also symbolize the love and support your families have given you. One really neat thing about tonight is you look in the crowd, you see a lot of generations here. Some of those family members have paved the road that you're walking on, and there are going to be siblings who are going to walk behind you on that very same road. So, while it's true that this diploma represents an individual achievement, it's equally true that you probably would not have reached this point without the love and support of your family, and as is especially true for this group, your friends. So tonight, you're not dissing anybody. When you have the opportunity to hug somebody, no one cares. So show the affection for all the support. We wouldn't have done it without the support system around you, okay? Hockinson School Board, represented by President Patrick Carter. I want to confirm to Dave Olson and Greg Gosby, who are home this evening, not feeling well, that the students we are about to be presenting diplomas to have met the criteria for graduation as defined by the Washington State laws and school board policy for the Hockinson School District. On behalf of the outstanding faculty here at Hockinson High School, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2022 and recommend that they receive their diplomas that identify them as graduates of Hockinson High School.
Thank you, Mr. Marshall. I am both honored and humbled to accept the class of 2022. Congratulations, graduates.
Seniors, when you hear your name called, please cross the stage to receive your high school diploma. Chloe Marie Abbott. Grace Elizabeth Abbott. Conlon Robert Albertson. Emma Grace Alfson. Isabella Rose Aspas. Madison Nicole Bailey. Kaisho Barnhill. Pierce Michael Barrett. Maxwell Nicholas Barrow. Hayden Page Byer.
Caitlin Marie Billington. Grace Margaret Birkenbein. Clara Lane Bledsoe. Levi Fanupo Blue. Aiden Ian Bonifay. Gracie Ray Brammer. Parker Reed Bruning. William James K. Wilson. Addison Maureen Chappelle. Delaney Denise Chappelle.
Ethan J. Claiborne. Gary Keegan Conradi. India Renuka Korea. Zachary Alexander Cross. Eva Louise Krumlick. Scott Hunter Curtis. Mohammed Darbo. Avina Sue Davies. Anna Grace DeRoos. Kati Marine Diekman.
Andrew Joshua Dominguez. Dasha Mikhailovna Doroshenko. Ashton J.D. Stanley Downs. Jana Lane Duncan. Jonathan Patrick Duvon. Jovito Carlos Echeverri. Rachel Renee Edmonds. Jordan Carl Engelhart.
Louise Holly Thalt. Raylyn Kimberly Forstrom. Oliver James Geiger. Tabitha Lynn Gillen. Rain Goen. Kason Patrick Goldman. Jasmine Lene Grant. Deegan Donald Gwynn. Grace Marie Gumringer. Jake Lee Habersetzer.
Ellie Marie Hamilton. Grace Kennedy Hansen. Eden Hastings. Marta Ater. Kaya Devine Heimbuch. Jillian Leslie Higgins. Annabella Maya Horsley. Reagan Marie Huff. Wen Shen Ethan Shu.
Riley Michelle Hall. Tyler Brandon Jardine Dine. That was Tyler Brandon Jardine. Musa Jata. Jacob Samuel Jensen. Ryan Miles Jensen. Amanda J.C. Jeske. Grayson Alexander Jewell. Lainey Leanne Jobs. Aiden Matthew Johnson. Kenyon Malik Johnson.
Lana Marie Johnson. Owen Michael Johnson. Taylor Ray Johnson. Zina Marie Kemmerer Gleim. Samuel Isaac Edward Kelly. Brenna Ireland Kent. Mac Weber Clote. Jackson Philip Click. William Dean Laidlin. Cifarosa Ariana Latu.
Peyton Marie Lawson. Garrett Samuel Ledoux. Quincy Grace Lee. Brendan Michael Lefevre. Quentin David Leonard. Sophia Carol Leonard. Danica J. Leslie. Joshua Joseph Lindberg. Madeline Leanne Lyon. Stevie Matea Madison.
Aida Martinez Flores. Jackson Tyler Knox McNair. Santiago Mendoza. Tim Moskvin. Kyla Elizabeth Muller. Sydney Marie Muller. Len Nicole Murray. Andre Gordon Northrup. Val Rose Noyola. Jenna Marie Olson.
Dalton Paul Pinner. Darby Lee Peters. Grace Ann Phillips. Ryan Sophia Phillips. Cordelia Morgan Plymale. Reagan Elise Pavarud. Hale Deward Pryor. Noah Lakota Ray Reck. Madison Louise Risto. Ellie Nicole Ritter.
Kylie Ann Ritter. Olivia Grace Robinson. Molly Renee Romanchuk. Nora Evelyn Roscoe. Dominic Daniel Rose. Olivia Dorothy Jean Rude. Alex Fui Sakun. Malia Ella Sanders. Schott. Trevor Jacob Shoup.
Lily Taylor Seal. Kayla Morgan Cedillo. Ellie Catherine Seif. Prabjot Singh. Maggie Jean Skinner. Cooper Timothy Smith. Hannah Leanne Smith. Christopher Patrick Stark. Cade Philip Stenerson. Gracie May Stinland.
Rael Simone Stevens. Ethan John Tall. Owen Dean Teckenberg. Lauren Melissa Tedson. Summer Singh Tandi. Chloe Diane Thomas. Jedediah Daniel Thompson. Morgan J. Thompson.
Caleb Christopher Timbreza. Kyle Brett Tingy. Tracy Marlene Torminen. Ashlyn Grace Trinda. Hayden Donovan Ewell. Zoe Lynn Walton. McKenna Elizabeth Weber. Cody David Wheeler. Jonathan Alexander White. Trey John Williams.
Ava Louisa Wisely. Colin North Winecoop. Audrey Alexis Yinger. Ashton Matthew Zupancic. Jared Marty Eck.
Okay. Woo. Love you, Olivia. Now as this ceremony comes to a close, it marks the end of our time together. It also marks the beginning of a whole new adventure. From this point on, we all move forward as individuals, but we can all trace back to these 12 years as a family. We will forever share these memories, and we will forever be a Hockinson Hawk. With that being said, will the class of 2022 please rise? You may now move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, Hockinson Hawks! Grads and parents, the Commons is open for pictures. Seniors, grads, I need you in the stands at 9 o'clock for a final picture in the student section. 9 o'clock, grads, in the student section, underneath the cover, in the bleachers. 9 o'clock.
Congrats. Remember, 9 o'clock in the stadium, in the student section. One last picture together as a group.